Alright, this is manga shippuden review. This is another flashback on Kabuto's past. But this chapter was more of even a flashback. Got you to know how Orochimaru and Kabuto met. It started out as some leaf shinobis, at war with a stone. So Kabuto was like a medical ninja there. He and this lady, he's calling his mother. So while they're healing some shinobis, I think Orochimaru stumbled upon Kabuto and he saw how much fatality he has. In fact, he was actually a medical ninja and he was good at it at his young age. And the fact that it wasn't a shinobi is like Orochimaru acknowledged him for that main reason. So he's like they're asking, where do you get his talent from, So Kabuto was like saying he learned it from his mother and all this stuff, and the glasses in which he was given from her, was a gift. And he's like they're saying, how much of a woman she is to help him. She bring them and grow him for 3 years, in the orphanage. Orochimaru didn't interested in his past or nothing. He only interested in what his kid was, his ability which he possessed. He was greedy that time, all this time. So while there, there were some arrangements made by Danzo. He wanted Kabuto's mom, cause she was what was the word he used again? Some root to the stone. She was, a former shinobi. Before she was, this lady taking care of kids in this orphanage. She was a former shinobi. She was good at what she does, So Danzo wanted to make her, be a participating in the war. Not even in the war. Just wanted her to get some details because he say he had a guy, which was one of his guys, who sent some information, but he died. So he wanted her to replace him, to get this, information of the rock village, in the rock village. She was there, she didn't let it go by so easy. Even the elders, they're complaining, Orochimaru must have known how talented Kabuto was, so they come up with another plan by letting this kid, Kabuto, because he didn't have an identity, no background, no form of, existence to no one. It was just mainly brought up and grown up, and no one ever known nothing about this kid. He was just given a name and given something to do, and he made use of that through his whole childhood. So Orochimaru wanted to make that kid, that young kid, because of his talent. Danzo go by it as well, but elders didn't go by it, and there came a point when this lady said how rotten Danzo was to even come up with a plan like that. He was so young, but Kabuto went up to it, and the mom was so worried. The friends in which he had, family in which he had, they were so sad, and to see him go by, they didn't want that to happen because they know how much of a mission that is. Be a spy is really deadly. It's like you're betraying your village in order to betray even another. But you're not really betraying that village, you're only uncovering. But it can show how much of a dark side, you can either be on any side. So to be a spy takes a lot of, past being shoved aside, emotions tossed aside. You gotta do a lot of pretending. And speaking of pretending, they even came upon when the guy said, best friend, I thought it was called the best friend, saying, you're gonna show 3 years in which we had, why are you doing this? And like Kabuto saying, I would love to be a shinobi because, that's what I always, he never said it was always wanted to be, because I think it was tossed in that position for him to say that, because, we kids, might never do something, but by seeing others do it, we would have this intention, by want to do it as well. And if we get opportunity, we would do it, even though we know nothing about what we're doing. But Kabuto is a different type of person. Not only is such a kid, that doesn't put his emotion in what is they're doing, but he's this type of kid who's smart, he's fast learning, he's capable of a lot. And Danzo and Orochimaru saw that in him, so they used him. Even him, he might have not, he might have known it, but he didn't show it that much, but he know it was used a lot. That's probably the reason why we're getting flashback on who he is, because he's like telling the story of how much of a kid he was now and how much of a kid he was back then. Anyway, so while he was accepted to go on a mission, he was suited up to be a stone ninja, sorry, a rock ninja, whatever you want to call it. So it wasn't no longer a leaf shinobi. While there, he was thinking of a hope that he would actually meet them just one last time. And then this kunai knife appeared towards him and blew up everything. I thought he got a hit, because I saw this person lying on the ground. I didn't know if it was kabuto, or what. And I looked, it was his mom. I was like, there, why are you here? And she was like, who are you? And he was like saying, even with these guys, you don't even recognize me. And I can't see. She was like, there, it's not me. Then look, it's Orochimaru. He say, I remember you now. When he says that, I don't think it's really Kabuto is the one he's remember, but I think it's someone else. Because it's so weird that this kid up here in the middle of a war got took in an orphanage for 3 years, and then things started to change up for him so drastically, and it's like Orochimaru is there playing with his mind, and Kabuto don't like to be fucked around with a lot. You can see it in him, and he's like that mommy, his emotion was caught up in that time. Maybe you got to saw a side of Kabuto in which you can say he cared for those people, even though he knew he knew they wasn't his real family. He cared for them, and you can see it in him, in that child past. You can see it in him. You wouldn't believe the Kabuto you see now would be that child. And it was Orochimaru though. Kabuto, I would say this recap of him was really acceptable, but there were a lot of things that turned silent in his life that if it hadn't turned silent in his life, he wouldn't have walked alongside Orochimaru. But I think there's some reason Orochimaru have a connection with that kid, but I don't know what that is. But it was really a good manga chapter. Peace out.